What's going on, guys? My bad. Hope you guys are doing well. Let me know if you guys are here, and then I'll start off. I'll give you guys the first pair. So, just update it real quick. Yo, it's mad fucking cold over here. It's 53 degrees, man. What is going on? Get this shit away from me. Bird. What's good, Mohammed? Great rising, my brother. Yeah, I woke up. I sat in here. I was about to start updating my charts. And I just felt like shit. I was like, oh man, here we go. So I sat here for like 5 minutes, and then I'm like, nah, I gotta go do something real quick. But I'm good. I'm not back at 100, but I feel better than what I did fucking 20 minutes ago. That's for sure. And my doctor's appointment from today got pushed to tomorrow at 3:45. So, um, today's stream is gonna be short. Um, I'm only gonna be here for like till like 7:45, 8 o'clock ish. So let's see if we could find something. If we could find something, obviously, we'll mark it up. I just seen AU this engulfing candle, but it doesn't have a bottom wick, right? So it's not valid. Also for AU, remember, I was really expecting price to give me a new high to go into our 30-minute zone, and then what it did here is what I want to see up here. At this point, AU really, it still has some type of move left. If price decides to break below the zone, then we know we have clean structure down here to the bottom. When we're looking at STP is 38, we did 28, so we have 10 more pips left for the day, and that would pretty much cover, this move down here. So AU will keep it on, but I honestly, like I said, I don't really want to get into this trade until I first see that change of character, right? Because right now we're still in the higher high, higher low process at this point, right? But we understand that this push to the top side was just the pullback that we were expecting for price to then continue to go down and give us a new low, right? So at this point, I want to see a change of character. I want to see a change of character in the BOS that'll tell me that, okay, price is turning back around again and we're going to start going short. So nothing really for AU yet. Euro USD still moving counter. Not only is it still moving counter, but then we're also, no, not Euro USD. I was gonna say this one's in the middle. No, it's not. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. I'm like, I do remember this one's in the middle. Of the daily zones, right? The daily zones and the 4-hour zones. So with that being said, right, we have no continuations in the weekly, no continuations in the 30-minute. Right now, we can see is lower low, lower high, lower low. Then price gave us a, my bad. Then price gave us a change of character, higher high here, right? But understanding, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and this is where the higher high happened. Now, for me personally, on Euro USD, the only way I'll take this trade today is if we could break above our highs, and we'll wait for that continuation tomorrow. Getting into this trade today, since we're in the middle of the trend, right? It just the chance of us getting trapped in here is it's a possibility, right? Now let's look at the other side, right? What would make this trade a simple trade, right? If our rules were to play out, is that we have the 800 EMA right on price right now, right? So we know that price likes to use 800 EMA to bounce off, right? It likes to respect the 800. So the fact that price already broke above the 800 and came back down and tapped it, this could be where price turns around, right? But again, I would say that if it wasn't for where price is at right now in the middle of the consolidation, right in the middle of the zone. So again, understanding that we're in the middle of the zone, that is where market makers tend to trap traders, right? And wouldn't it make sense to trap traders going long as soon as you made lower low, lower low, higher high, right? Because now a lot of traders are looking at this as, oh my god, this is a double bottom. We broke above the neckline, and this could be the retest of the neckline. And that's exactly where price is at now. So, while yes, we could see there's confluence going long, we could see, okay, the confluence that's going on, is it with the trends right now, or is it counter with the current trend, right? And currently it's going counter, right? With a 30-minute, 4-hour structure trend, right? Overall, yes, we know we're in an uptrend, in an overall uptrend, but we understand that right now at this moment, price is still giving us this pullback, right? Right now we're still in this pullback. At one point we were trending up, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, to where we're at now, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? So we have to wait for that change of character and BOS to happen, right? And at this point, again, lower low, lower low, higher high, change of character. So if we could get a BOS, that's what I'm gonna wait for. But for now, I'm gonna turn Euro USD off. GJ, let's see, the man of the hour. Let's see if we could see. So we had an engulfing candle at 5. We could see that it did play out for just a new high. Once the new high was made, right? So this one was a clean 38 pips. Right, as soon as that new high was made, price went down. Boop, right, and it created a lower low down here. So at this point, price is still respecting the zones, respecting the trends, because we are still trading between this low and this high. And right now, like I said, we're just in the middle of that trend. We're in the middle of the zone. So this is where market makers are going to start collecting contracts, right? At one point, you're going to be in profit. If you didn't take profit, right, let's again at 47 pips, right at the high of the day, then you got your stop loss was already hit, right? It went back to either break even or your stop loss was already hit. So at this point, what I want to just take a look at is the 4-hour. You can see we're good there. And the 1-hour, there's really nothing to look at either. You just gotta be patient with this one too. Right, you can see how prices, it is making new higher highs, but you can see how price continues to make higher highs and then goes right back down to the middle, right? And then goes back up to the high, makes a new high, and then comes back down to the middle, right? So GJ we'll continue to look at it just because we have that new week, that week high. GU, we're reaching the top of the zone. No continuations. Price is still making lower lows and lower highs when we want to see higher highs, higher lows. In the 30-minute, lower low, lower high, lower low. We know we're trading between the high and the low, and that's where we're just consolidating in the middle of the zone. Right, GU, remember, GU was one that I wanted to see price break above here. Right, if price would have broken above here, we would have had clean price to the top side. The fact that we closed below, we're still consolidating here in the zone. Remember guys, what I'm doing right now is just trying to just break it down for you guys, since I'm not going to be here all morning. I probably got like an hour on me. So I'm just breaking these down, trying to see which one looks the cleanest. But as you can see, every single pair is literally in the same situation, right? US 30's in the middle, GU's in the middle, GJ's in the middle. So it's just a waiting game, right? US 30, I'm not taking any trades. Just look at this here. What is going on here? What is this? Well, I can't guess where the market's gonna go. Lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, lower high, higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? You see what I mean? Where's price gonna go? Right? We saw yesterday was simple. Yesterday was a type 3 pattern. Price went, consolidated, went back up, right? Boom, to then go down. Everything that happened in between, anything that happened in between this and this low is just nonsense, right? Lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, lower high, lower higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? Literally just nonsense. Who knows what the hell's going on, right? We have no continuations, just 2 weeks of no net, where price is just um, closing exactly where we opened. Right, at one point we went down and the price went back up again to the same spot. So right now there's no, I can't go off continuations. We can't go off of simple structure because there is no simple structure. So US 30 I'm just gonna turn off for today. Not even gonna mess with that. USD CAD still waiting to see what's gonna happen here. We have well, we had a 30-minute gap here, but it's no longer there. So I don't know. I'm gonna check real quick on MT5 if that's a gap still. Oh man. On MT5 it was a gap, but if it was filled already with the with that red candle's wick. So I'm gonna just turn that off. So at this point, right, my drawing, I'm gonna just erase it, right, because the whole point for this drawing was to fill up the gap that was down here, but the gap is no longer visible. So we're going to delete those, right, and just keep looking at structure. Price is still within the same consolidation, still doing the same thing. And now we can see that price is starting to break above the zones. But we're at the top of the zone, right? So for us, we know that in order for us to get into buys at the top of the zone, what do we want to see? We want to see a break above the high, retest to continue to go. Right now, these candles are just testing the zone. Let's look at oil real quick. We have a day of drop yesterday. Didn't reach the 30-minute high. Almost did to go right back down. Where are we in the middle of the zone? Gold is in these 30-minute highs, right? Same thing as USD CAD, right? With the sense that we're at the top of the zone. This is either where we're gonna see the change of character from higher high, higher low, higher high to higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. But we can see that price is still making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, still close below the zone, so we didn't break above the 30-minute zone. So where we're at now. So gold for today is the easiest one to draw up, right? We're either going to wait for price to break above these highs, give us a retest to continue to go up, or we're looking for price to break above the below these lows for price to continue to go down. And man, I really don't feel good today. Then Bitcoin already hit STP, went straight down. So using the confluence of Bitcoin and US 30, we could assume US 30 is going to go down too. But what I don't like is we have the 800 EMA here so close to where price is at. So easy trades today, not really. Everything is just kind of in consolidation. Um Really the easiest trading day was yesterday. So today might be one of those days where we just gotta wait for the market to correct itself again, and then we'll be back in business. Right? GU looks like it already corrected itself from yesterday's move. It's 2 days. 2 days of counter rise on AU. Could be expecting another, just a high again, so we could tap into our 30-minute high. Sub real nugget. What did you, my brother? NC? NZD you want me to go over? No problem. It's not a pair that we go over on stream, but I will update it for you. No problem. So how much do you make from one win, one trade? It depends on the ADR. So the way we trade here, we trade with ADR, right? So I'll give you the example of yesterday's trade. I didn't take it because I wasn't active, but if you join our Discord, you'll see. Um, I'll link it in the chat. Give me 1 second. If you join the Discord, you'll see the students, right? Like Muhammad, which is Cristiano in the chat. And we had another student yesterday take a trade off stream, right? They from the things they learned, they already went, they took those trades. Um, to give you the example, right? They took this GU trade yesterday, right? Waited for the pullback, the retracement, right? This was one of their entries, and then TP if they were waiting for STP, right? Their their take profit would have been about 40 pips, right? If they're going through the numbers. So it depends on the pair, right? You can see how GU has a take profit of 54. If we trade GU, max will take is 54 pips. The minimum we'll take, we don't take, at least I don't. I don't take any trades that's less than 25 pips. But you can see all that in the Discord. We post all the screenshots of all the trades we take. Um, so we don't waste time talking about all that. You can just join the Discord, go into the chat, and then go look at all those posts. But you wanted NZD cat, no problem. So yeah, NZD cat I don't really trade. We don't trade. The ones that we do trade are the ones that have the red flag. It should be 11 pairs, but obviously we already went over all of them, and we turned off the ones that don't really look the best for today. So the ones that we have left for today that we'll continue to look at is AU, GJ, GU, USD CAD, and gold. NZD CAD, right? NZD CAD just gonna, for the sake of, where's my phone? For the sake of the drawing, we'll calculate STP for this one, right? Which STP is just a calculated move for the day, right? ADR is an average daily range. That's an indicator on the chart, which is up here on the top right side. You see NZD CAD moves an average of 57 pips per day, right? Obviously, these are averages counting for the days without news, right? Obviously, on days where there's news, market is gonna move a little bit more. But that's a given, right? But on a regular trading day, right? Like for example, on this day, pair move 52 pips, right? So you already know the average is 57. So we did 52 on a regular day. So you have to calculate the 57 to grab STP is a little calculation we do here in the class, right? And we know that 38 pips is where your take profit should be. So STP is 38. So let's break this down to where we're at now. So NZD CAD, we're in an uptrend, complete market makers uptrend. At one point, we were downtrending, right? Push 1, push 2, push 3. Peak low, we had push 1, first zone of consolidation on the 800 EMA. What's going on? Why can't I grab this? So we know that we're trading between these lows and these highs. Now, I don't really like this zone of consolidation because of the previous zone where its price went back down to it. So in the 4-hour now, we can see that price was making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, to where we're at now. We're still trading between here and here. Okay. So in the 4-hour, we know we're trading between this low and this high. Now we know we're in an uptrend. So for us now, we know we're at the top. We're reaching the top of the zone. So now in the 30-minute time frame, right, we already have 1, 2, 3 days of rise. We have a gap somewhere. Let me see. Right, we don't really have a gap today. So what could we be expecting? We could expect price to give us a pullback today before we continue to push to the top side. So ideally, right, for us, we'd be already a little bit late to this trade, right? Because ideally, we would like to get in. Wanted to see if price ever tapped into the 4-hour low, which we did on this side. Ideally, at this point, we know we still had consolidation, right? We broke out of it, so then we made lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, higher low, higher high. right? So not only did price give us the change of character, right? It also gave us a break of structure. So we already know, okay, we could at least expect a pullback somewhere here to then turn around and continue to go. So that's what we're looking for. So then now we can see where price is at, where it wants to move. The last thing to calculate is STP. If we already did 38 pips for the day, then we're done looking at this. Yeah, we already did 46. Right? So this is where we put all the pieces together. Right? STP is 38, ADR is 57. The daily move for the day was already made. Right? And how do we know that? Because STP was already hit at 38 pips. Right? So the 38 pips that it was supposed to do, it already did it. It did 46. We only have 10 more pips left to play with for the complete ADR. But again, here at the top of the zone as well. And also to since you're new here, right? We don't trade, or I don't trade, I should say. I don't trade going counter trend. So for example, this short here that looks like it's gonna play out at the top of the zone, I wouldn't take trades going short. I only trade going with the trend. But that's pretty much it. So let's look at these other pairs, right? AU still playing on top of the zone. GJ just still in the middle of the range that we have. So still waiting for GJ to make up its mind. GU same situation, right? GU I said I wasn't gonna really look into it until we break above here. So GU I'm gonna turn it off. USD CAD same situation, but we are at the top, so I'll keep it on for now. And then gold, right? Same thing as the other pairs. Waiting to see what price wants to do. At the top of the zone, if we could break above the zone, we could look for price to continue to go up. But if not, if we fail to break these highs, then we know we could look for price to go down once we break below our 30-minute low. I'm also trying to see, do we have any engulfing candles in these time frames? So in the 4-hour time frame, nothing. 1-hour time frame, nothing. 30-minute, nothing. I'm lying. We have one right here. Green red. Alright, but it's not a valid one just because of where we're at. I want to see it at the top of the zone, not really in the middle. So yeah, that's it. Nothing in the 15, nothing in the 30, nothing in the 1 or the 4. Fake out. A fake engulfing. See how Bitcoin is just consolidating up here. So the range we wanted to see is to break down here to get these pullbacks down here. $7 o'clock. Damn, bro. I don't think I'm gonna make it to the hour. I feel like fuck. Oh, I'm good. We'll be chilling. It's all good. But when I turn the stream off, I'll be active in the Discord. Muhammad and everybody else who's active in the Discord. So once I'm out of here, right, we'll go over the pairs one more time, so we can see exactly where we're at. And if we see any trades, we'll call it out in the Discord. USGJ AU moving counter with our bias USD CAD still at the top and gold still at the top too. So looking kind of slow for today, but we'll see. Do we have any news today? Actually, today that is a great question. 2 o'clock. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be slow until 2 o'clock. We're might be slow. Forgot to look at news today. Yeah, so we have FOMC news at 2 p.m. guys. Most likely, we're not gonna get any movement. I don't know why are things moving like this today? That would make a lot of sense. Now this makes a lot of sense. With that news coming in, we're definitely not gonna be taking any trades. Well, I'm not. Just reiterate that. I would recommend not to take any trades today. Today's Wednesday, middle of the week. Trap moves are gonna be set. Could be expecting moves to be made with wicks. So please be careful. What do I mean by that? Right, let's take a look at AU. AU at 8:30 last week, right? On the 9th, 2 weeks ago, right? News came in. One red candle gave us this big ass wick, and then price went up. So if you thought price was gonna go up with the news, right? It created a fucking 25 pip a wick. Hit everybody out, hit everybody's stop loss, and then started going up. Right, so please be careful with that was on USD CAD. Oh no, that was on AU. No, that was on USD CAD. I don't know why I said AU. So just please be careful with that. Again, just taking a look at where we're at. The fact that we're in the middle of the zone on every single pair we're in the middle of the zone. Understanding that market makers use the news to manipulate us, right? And that's exactly what they're gonna do. There's no point in getting into these trades, right? Because again, if we're looking for price to go down, cool, right? It would be a lot easier if price would have tapped into our 30-minute high, right, and then started drifting away, right? Because we already know, okay, price isn't gonna want to come back up to reach liquidity up here because it already did it. But because price didn't do it, right, it tapped it, came back down, it rejected it, right, and now we're at the lows and we're rejecting the lows. Could price just always go back up? My bad, I thought I grabbed the pen. Could price go back up and then turn around again? Absolutely. So it's just a waiting game for us, right? Or, vice versa, the other side of the story. What could we be waiting for? Just waiting for the break of these lows, right, to continue going down. But yo guys, that's pretty much it for me for today, guys. I'm not, like I said earlier, and like I said yesterday too. This week's streams are gonna be pretty much the morning live streams, at least the live trading sessions. They're gonna be a little bit shorter if I do turn on. If I don't turn it on, then I just won't be able to do it. My schedule this week is pretty frantic. I gotta take my dad to the airport today. Um, and then tomorrow I have that doctor's appointment. And it's mad far, and this fucking living in Miami is hella traffic. So I might not even make it home in time for the session, the 7 p.m. session. If I do get home, I'll get home like 6:30. But we'll still do the classes, obviously. And then if anything, I'll let you guys know in the Discord. I'll keep you guys updated. But that's pretty much it for me today, guys. Be aware of the news. We have news at 2 p.m. Please do not get trapped into these trades. If you see that price just isn't moving, right? You already know when the market moves. The market moves from 8 to 9:30. If there's no volume at all, then you know price is just waiting for that news to hit at 2 p.m. So just be aware of that. If you are in any positions before 2 p.m., move your stop loss, or just if you're in profit, close your trades early. Do not get trapped into that, please. Um, that's pretty much it, guys. I'll see you again. I'll put it in the Discord today when we are ready for the isolation class, and then again tomorrow morning. Peace out, guys. Make sure you guys join the Discord. I'll leave the link in the chat. Take another look real quick. The best one, honestly, they're all in the same spot. All the pairs are literally in the exact same spot, right? Which is just the middle of the zones. If I were to choose one, I would look at gold, right? And the reason for that would be gold to GJ, right? And the reasons for that is because these are both pairs that we're looking for a new weekly move, right? Granted, for gold, right? Internally, yes, we're still making lower lows and lower highs. So ideally, we would want gold to make this new week low. But the fact that it's already Wednesday and we still need a 400 pips to make that new low, is it possible to make that type of move on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, understanding that it's a pair that moves about 200 pips? Yeah. Right, if we do the math, 140, let's say we just do STP, right? Again, not accounting for the fact that we have news and more volume that's going to come in. But it would make sense for the new weekly low to be made, but we would need to see that happen today. So I would definitely just take a look at gold. If price ends up breaking above the highs, then let it go. At least this is how I would look at it, right? Since I'm looking for price to go down, if price breaks above the highs, I'm letting it go because it's counter with the analysis that we have. Um, but I'll definitely take a look at gold. I'll continue to look at gold. Gold failed to break the highs, right? It gave us an inducement move, closed below, and then started trending back down to the bottom. And then GJ, same situation, just inverted, right? GJ, we know we're looking for a third week rise. We're looking for a new high to be made for this week, but price is just in the middle of the zone, right? It's in the middle of the zone. Look how many times it failed to break above these highs over here, right? Like price failed to break these highs multiple times. None of these candles were a break of structure. Remember, all of these candles are testing, right? If one of these candles would have given us a clean break above, then we would have had a just a simple trade to the top side, right? But the fact that we failed to break the highs 3 different times, and then now today we drifted away, and now we're below the low of the day. Still, again, we understand this could just all be an inducement for price to move during news, but at this moment, there's no confirmation for us, right? Like this doesn't. These are pretty much these are the trades that we've been seeing since the beginning of the year, right? Where price is just not ready to move, and this is the shit that you get in, and if you don't really get out looking at the zones, you're just gonna hit your stop loss, right? So to put, well, which one's the best one on the list? I wouldn't say any of them are really the best. Again, based on where we're at in the trends, we're all just in the middle of them. Um, but if you're looking at structure, they're all pretty much good because they're all doing the same thing. We're looking for the same thing in every single pair right now, right? Like AU, we know we're in a downtrend, so I'm only looking for price to go short if we start making lower lows, lower highs. And right now we're still making higher highs and higher lows, right? GJ is right smack in the middle. I'm looking for a new week high. The only way I'm looking for trades is if we start making higher highs, higher lows. And right now we're still making in the middle of the zone. We're not making higher. We're just making higher high, lower low, lower high, higher low, higher low, higher high. Like just moving crazy. Right, the same way US 30 was. Right, US 30 we're not really doing anything. We're just lower low, lower low, higher high, higher low, lower high, higher low, lower high, lower low. Right. There's no like trend going on. And same thing for USD CAD and gold. So again, the ones I would look for would be the ones that have that weak move, because we could at least anticipate like, okay, if gold continues to go down, then we know we could look for a trade somewhere here at the top to continue to go down, and then vice versa for GJ. Well, I would say to keep it simple for today. To keep it simple, just look at GJ, right? Because GJ is usually a pair that moves, during Asia session, London session. Um, does it move during New York session? Of course, it could. Happens usually, often. Um, and then especially with that news today, right? Since all the other pairs are USD pairs, I would honestly just be like, fuck it, just look at GJ for the day. Look at GJ and just keep an eye on gold, understanding that we're looking for that weak low to be made on gold as well. No problem, my brother. But that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys have any other questions, join the Discord. Link is in the chat. Put it in the Discord chat, and then we'll get back to you guys. We'll see you guys again later today at 7 p.m. Peace out.